Right, action. What's he up to tonight? Well, I have two semi-budget bottom quilts, and both are very different. Laying in a 11-foot Warbonnet Blackbird XLC multicam. Really nice hammock for if you're into that diagonal flat lay thing. But anyway, on these quilts, I don't know how many people have seen these. These are Puffle. It was kind of heavily marketed to my internet, and it worked. I mean, they had a real good price. Oh, last year, the year before, it's called the Trail Quilt, so it can kind of snap up or it can do different things. At the time, I wanted something synthetic, just, throw it in a small backpack and take it out. You can see that it connects to the hammock with some elastic shock cords and adjusters like a lot of different bottom quilts do. And its advantage, I think, is that it's just big. Like these Blackbirds are big hammocks. You're laying diagonal, and I'm pretty well covered. Now, this is rated at 55 Fahrenheit, and honestly, I don't think you'd be comfortable far below it. It's disadvantaged. If I had it to do over, if I knew this was actually such a nice fitting, a nice quilt, I probably would have spent, at the time it was on sale for like $100, but the down one was on sale for like $139, and I probably should have snatched up the down one, but I was just into trying something synthetic just because I just kind of wanted to test things. And the other quilt I have over here is the Hammock gear. I'll zoom in on it. You can see the Hammock gear Incubator is well conformed to the hammock. It's a lot lighter weight and more compact than the one I'm in. And that glow-in-the-dark piece of shot cord is connected to its connector. So it has 3 connectors like that on it. It's kind of secured. You can kind of see another one around there. It's real windy right now, actually. But that's important. Just have something to secure your hammock so nothing goes flying out of it. But it is a nice bottom quilt. And its price on sale was around, I'm just going to say I get the 15 or 20% off sale. It was like around $130, $140. So very lightweight, 18 ounces, I think. That orange stuff, I actually had a poncho tarp I was testing, and it leaked through the hood, and it was literally a pool of water set in the bottom of that hammock gear bottom quilt before. Like, I dumped a pool of water out of it. It didn't even soak into the down. It didn't even soak through the fabric. And it's very rated at 40 Fahrenheit. I think it'd go cooler. It's conservative, I think. That's all personal, but really nice item. That's around a Grand Trunk Tech single. Pretty comfortable hammock. I got that for $13. The tarp over there you're looking at is about a 12-foot diamond-shaped tarp. If they had a couple extra tie-outs, I'd be happy to do it. It's real windy, but other than that shape of a tarp, then you just got one line to the ground and one to the tree on either side or whatever. You know what I mean? You only need like 2 stakes. And they'll put up with a pretty good battering. Like I said, it's been pretty windy out here. That's a Yukon Outfitters. I think there's a place in Europe making a diamond tarp. And I don't know, Dutch might have a couple. They're more ASIM, but I'm not going to go on and on. Just sharing what I've got. This is, a lot of people ought to recognize this. $16.99 surplus patrol bag. It's all of about, it's probably like 70 Fahrenheit right now. I'm amazed. I mean, if you could look up, you could see the trees are still early spring looking, even though it's probably mid. It's just like kind of a little bit of a heat wave, which is pretty cool because it's been cold this spring, and I'm happy to be just testing I've been wanting to really get a good lay in this Blackbird, and I just haven't really had much for a quilt good enough to cover it, and I busted this out. I'm like, oh yeah. Oh, and in sleeping bag mode, you snap the snaps up and draw some cords and make it a sleeping bag. It works fine. It's not bad. I mean, I'd say good. I spent the night on the ground in a rainstorm. Like, I wasn't in the rain. I had a tarp over me. I actually had that same black tarp over me, and I had an air pad underneath me, and I just tied one end of the tarp to somebody's deck. I was at a little cookout, and I just stayed the night there, and it stormed pretty bad, and it was maybe like 43, 44 Fahrenheit. I didn't have any trouble with this. I wasn't cold. I had my jeans on and my sweater and everything, but whatever, it works. I guess if I had to do over, I'd get one just a little bit warmer, because this will roll up decently small for a synthetic thing and all that, but I think I would use this more is what I'm saying. If it's great in the yard like this. It's Paul's backyard, but I've been doing some railroad tie work, but whatever.